stands for Even Dead, I'm the Hero. Tony loved his acronyms.
Yeah, he did.
I have access to the entire Stark Global Security Network, including multiple defense satellites, as well as backdoors to all major telecommunication networks.
Whoa. Is MJ texting? No, don't look at it. Don't look at it. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Apple glasses. No, these are not the actual Apple glasses. Those still have to be announced. These are just my brother's. Anyways, let's get right into it. So smart glasses have been in the market for quite a while now. In fact, the first Google Glass came out before the first Apple Watch, and that was back in 2014. In the last half decade or so, while wearable technology like the Fitbit and the Apple Watch have really taken off, smart glasses really haven't followed that same trajectory. Even though we've had big companies like Google and Snapchat make products like the Google Glass and Snap Spectacles, they really haven't reached full market adoption at a consumer level like products like the Fitbit or the Apple Watch have. In fact, Snapchat CEO Evan Spiegel even said in an interview that it would be around a decade or so until Snap Spectacles with their augmented reality would be in the hands of consumers on a mass level. Apple, however, plans on speeding things up this year, as they plan on announcing their Apple Glass alongside their iPhone 12 in their October event this year. Now, to get a better understanding of what Apple aims on doing with the Apple Glass, we need to take a look into why some of the previous big smart glasses have failed and what Apple aims on doing differently. There's no easy way of putting this. The Google Glass was simply ugly, and let's face it, no one really wanted to walk around wearing a bulky projection display on their face. I think with the Google Glass, it would be a really good addition to a cyborg Halloween costume. The Snap Spectacles did try to improve on this aspect, but they still look pretty far away from actual regular spectacles. When you talk about Snap Spectacles, those had a camera on them. Now, no one I know would want to be filmed 24/7, and having a camera on a regular piece of spectacles is not the best idea. More than that though, it's just a privacy nightmare. People are already scared of having their Google Home or Alexa listening to them at all times. Now add to that Snap Spectacles with the camera pointing at you all times. That's not the best idea. Another major issue with smart glasses of the past has got to be price. So for the Google glasses, you'd have to pay around $1,000 just to see your upcoming meetings, maybe get directions to a place, and just responding to some text messages. And with Snapchat Spectacles, version 1 start off at around $150 and version 3 go up to around $380, and that's just for having some snap effects on basic camera functionality. So of course, past Snap Spectacles and Google Glasses don't really offer consumers the bang for their buck. Last problem with the smart glasses of the past would be the fact that the tech was a bit premature. Back in 2014, Google did not have the tech to provide all-day battery life with small batteries so that they could feature stuff like AR and VR. And if they tried to do that, the battery would get eaten away. So while the product was actually pretty interesting because it actually did provide some good features, the battery life just was not capable for it, and it was not an efficient product. But now in 2020, we do have all-day battery life in some really small batteries, and that is why it would make sense for Apple to go for smart glasses. Now in 2020, Apple is planning on stepping into the game and flipping the narrative. But how do they plan on doing that? So after half a year of providing us with around minor incremental updates with the iPad Pro, the iPhone SE, and the new MacBook Pros, Apple is supposed to go all out in the September, now October event, where they're going to be providing us with the iPhone 12, which will have 5G, and now Apple Glass. So the number one way in which Apple plans on flipping the narrative is through design. Unlike the Google Glass's freaky, bulky projection system, Apple will have a simple and more elegant design which actually looks more like regular spectacles. And unlike having a projection system which uses a prism, Apple will have its display on the glass itself, which will make it much more easy and simplistic. Secondly, unlike what Snapchat did with spectacles by having a camera on their glasses, Apple will not have a camera, but instead will use LiDAR. Now you might be thinking, LiDAR? I've heard that somewhere before. Yes, you have. When you've heard about the new 2020 iPad, you've heard about LiDAR, because the new 2020 iPad Pro has a LiDAR sensor, which is used for depth detection. And Apple plans on using this on the new Apple Glass. So Apple already does a really good job on privacy, and now adding a LiDAR sensor instead of a camera, it's just doubling down on that, making it much easier for consumers to adopt to this new smart glass market. Another really important thing that is going to get a lot of consumers to move to Apple Glass is going to be the Apple ecosystem. Now, if you know me personally, you know that I've been sucked into this walled garden, as MKBHD put it, of Apple products, and that's because Apple products and services work so seamlessly well together. You have AirPlay, you have AirDrop, you have continuity camera like I mentioned in my previous video. Check that out over here, I guess. So, you have all these different services that work really well between different devices, and I'm pretty sure what Apple's gonna do with Apple Glass is they're gonna have some new innovative feature that's gonna make it even better to use, and naturally people who are already in the ecosystem will gravitate towards buying an Apple Glass, making sales much better. So another reason why I think Apple will be really successful with the Apple Glass is just because of their prior experience in the wearables industry. So if you take a look back to when the Apple Watch was released, it wasn't the first watch or smartwatch in the market. You had a lot of watches from Samsung and a lot of other Android watches already in the market. But what Apple did with that is looked at the benefits and the flaws of some of these products, and that's what they used to actually perfect that Apple Watch. And now flash forward to 2020, the Apple Watch is the dominant watch in the smartwatch industry, and a lot of people have adopted to using smartwatches because of the Apple Watch. Adding on to that, with wearables such as the AirPods, Apple wearables have generated enough revenue to mark itself as an entire top 150 company in the Fortune 150 list. They've generated so much revenue that they're actually that they could be another company in the Fortune 150 list. So Apple just does have a lot of good experience with wearables in the past, and now that they've actually looked at the industry with the Google Glass and the Snap Spectacles, and they've really done their analysis on what works and what doesn't, I think the Apple Glass will be the product that will actually get a lot of consumers to move towards this new market. Now another reason I think the Apple Glass will be successful is because of augmented reality. Augmented reality, if you don't already know, is a blend between the virtual world and the physical world. You've seen this if you've played Pokemon Go in the past. Now on the consumer side of things, augmented reality really hasn't taken off yet, but on the developer front, Apple has been investing a lot into augmented reality. If you are a developer, you probably know about ARKit and Apple's real big investment in it. Apple has been investing in ARKit so that it's easier for third-party developers to make enriching AR apps so that one day AR will actually become really big. So what is going to be really interesting is how Apple is using this new LiDAR sensor on the iPad Pro and collecting and optimizing a lot of data to actually import to the Apple Glass, and through that AR will actually have a nice kickstart. So the last reason I don't know if I'm keeping track of these or not. I don't know if it's like reason 1, 2, or 3. I don't know if I was keeping track in the first place, but anyways. So the last reason I think that Apple Glass will be really successful is because of Apple's customer loyalty. Now, Apple has done such a good job with all of its past products on customer satisfaction. In many of his interviews, Tim Cook has also mentioned that customer satisfaction is what is most important to Apple, and it's what gets consumers keep coming back for more products. and having this customer satisfaction is what will drive sales for Apple. And now that loyalty and this brand awareness of Apple is definitely going to be one of the most important factors that Apple will use to bolstering Apple Glass sales and making Apple Glass successful. So now none of this information has actually been verified by Apple. These are all rumors and leaks thanks to John Prosser. I've linked his video on this in the description below, so do check that out if you do have time. So what do you guys think about the Apple Glass? Do you think it's going to be like the Google Glass or the Snap Spectacles, or do you think it's actually going to be the new product that's actually going to make people move towards smart glasses as an industry? I'm really excited to know what you think, and do leave your answer or ideas in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked it. Now I know this was a bit longer than some of my previous videos, but I tried to pack in as much information as I could. And if you did like it, please do leave a like and subscribe, because it just makes me want to make more videos knowing that there are people out there who actually take the time out and watch these videos. So if you do like it, definitely leave a like and subscribe so that you can see more videos like this. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.